Today we're doing a review on the game of Shutterbug, and this is a game about being a photographer in the 1930s where we have to find mysterious creatures for tabloids to get points. So, I am Lyric.
And I'm Josh.
And we are doing the game of Shutterbug, and it is what I said. It's a game where we have to go through the board to find mysterious creatures, which are, they have the jackalope, they have a manticore, I can't tell if that's a unicorn, a hippogriff, or whatever. Like, I don't know what creature that is.
I don't know what this little deer wolf man thing is. Is it a Wendigo?
I don't think it's a Wendigo.
Does it actually say in the rules what they are?
It does not say in the rule book what they are. However, this game is for 2 to 6 players, ages 8 and up, and it is 20 to 50 minutes long, which I could agree with that.
I see that.
So what you do is you choose your character, you set up the board with 7 creatures currently roaming around on the map. You place your potential characters on individual cities, which are located around the board, and you then spend the game of 8 rounds going through and collecting photographs of these particular creatures.
Right, so every photographer has their own mission, which are these little secret cards here. They do not share with the other players, and that's their personal mission to complete to get extra points added up to the end.
There are no, they do not tell us what the creatures are in the journal.
But it's easy, but you can extrapolate and figure out what they are.
Yeah.
So, to start the game, you start in a city. You have 7 creature tiles on the board. Each player gets 3 tip cards.
To start out with.
And these tip cards are what you use to spin to take photographs of a different creature. So each card has a different creature and a different biome.
Because there are several biomes on the map. So what you do is, according to each character card, you have 3 moves your round. So the first thing you do your round is you populate the board. As you play the game, the monster cards will be picked up and placed on your scoring side, and then you have to place the monsters back on the tile.
Pick one at random, and then since this is a 2 jackalope in the forest, that's where it goes on the board.
Yes, which is right there. So, and then you move your character. So, for example, I started in Chicago, honey, and
The whole game. The whole one.
We'll go with this. I have the hippogriff, unicorn, alicorn, pegasus thing over here. So I'm going to go over here. I have a Pegasus card, and I have a forest card. This particular Pegasus has a number 2 on it. And what that is the photo quality. You have to spend 2 tips in order to get that photo quality of 2. So, the first one has to be the creature itself, obviously. And then the second one has to be either the creature or the biome that it's in. So, for example, this one is a 2, I have a Pegasus and the forest, so I spin that, and I get the Pegasus. And a really bad photo quality of that one. That's pretty terrible. And then I would place it on my side of the scoring points. And then that would be my turn. And then the next person would populate the board by placing down a creature, and then they would get to go. So you go back and forth doing that for
8 rounds.
8 rounds. And by the end, you have to get the secret assignment.
Your secret assignment is secret from all other players, like I said before, and it's just a way for you to score extra points. So if you take a look at this card, for example, you choose which side you're going to use, then you make the choice depending on what you have. So in my case, at the end of my game, I had 5 points for a jackalope rabbit thing, 3 points for a manticore, and 2 points for the, I'm guessing, a Wendigo?
The wolf beast.
So what these are is the total photo quality of each animal.
Yeah.
So as I have 2 photos of the jackalopes, I have one that's 3 and one that's 2, which equals 5. I get the points for that because I equal what the score is.
Right.
You also have side jobs, and this is just a way for you to earn extra points.
Right.
So it's, have one photo of each creature in your hand is 2 points. And then have 4 creatures in the same terrain. That's just extra points, stuff like that.
Right. So, and to elaborate even further on the secret assignment card, this is how you score in the entire game. You don't count up all your monsters. Some of those photos are trash. What you do is you pick a tabloid, you get the number as he said, and the numbers that you don't actually match up to, for example, I did not have a quality 3 Manticore, I only had a quality 2, which who would want to pay for this anyway? So I don't get that point. It's a way to, you know, keep it balanced.
Right. So it's a very simple game. It's actually it's a very fun game. You spend your tip cards to take photos. When you go into a city and you stop at a city, you get 2 more tip cards. If you go through one on a turn, you get 1 more. So you're always going out in the wilderness and back to the city to get more tips. The only gripes that I have with it, the only negative things I can say is there needs to be, in my opinion, more, because I want, you know, it's a good game and I want more of it. I think there should be, I think the board could be bigger, more animals, just more game is kind of what I want, and that's never really a bad thing. In this instance, at least, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I also agree. I want there to be more. I'm okay with the amount of monsters. I wish we knew what the monsters were according to, you know, the game's creator. Like, I don't want to call them something that they're not. And it would be fun to explore more mythological creatures, but I can understand why there has to be a limited amount. I do wish the game was longer. I feel like limiting it to 8 rounds, while that can be better for more players, especially this game can get up to 6 players. That could get really chaotic, and it can make the game, you know, a lot faster. And because of that, I get it. But at the same time, I want there to be more game. Like, we could technically instill some house rules and play for as long as we wanted.
Right.
But, you know, that's neither here nor there. Also, it says October 32nd.
It does. March 31st to October 32nd. Must be a leap year.
So I really like the game. It's really simple. There's a lot of rules, but they're very well defined. And I read them in a New York accent. This is not a New York accent.
That's a, what's that, transatlantic accent?
Transatlantic!
Whatever the old movie accent
Yeah.
was.
And it's a very simple set of rules, and everything is well defined. Unfortunately, they were crushed in the box when we got it, so it was just not put in correctly. But that's, you know, neither here nor there. So I personally really like it.
Yeah.
I would recommend this to a lot of people, and I have to say I give it a 5. Like, I think it's really fun. I'm definitely gonna play it again.
Yeah, me too. I give it a 5. It's fun. It's simple. It's quick to get into, and like I said, the only thing that I have against it is I want more content and more, you know, just more stuff to play.
Yeah. I don't know how they could add to this with, like, you know, separate games.
Well, it does come with a board, so you're not building the board as you go, which I like. But the downside of that is if you expand it or if you add more content to it, then you have to buy a new board and they have to remake all that. Instead of adding, you know, if you're building the board yourself, then you can add as much as you want, which I get that as the downside.
Yeah. So, with that being said, that is 5 axes from the Dwarven Tavern. If you want to check them out, you can go to CalliopeGames.com, or Calliope, as I accidentally mispronounced one time. The game is Shutterbug by Mike Elliott. It goes for I don't know how much.
Maybe it's not a Wendigo, maybe it's a Calliope.
Haha! Funny. It is 20 to 50 minutes, 2 to 6 players, and it is from ages 8 up because there are small pieces. And I think it's a great game, and you should check it out.
I think so too.
So, on that note, I am Lyric.
And I'm Josh.
And we at the Dwarven Tavern wish for you to want for nothing but adventure. And at first I feared it, then I charged. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Let the game